Right then, this is a quick walk-around video on a bit of a windy day, I'm afraid. This is for a lovely Honda CR-V. It's a 2-litre black edition automatic petrol. These are fantastic looking cars. This is the facelift model, so it's the full leather interior. It's just a really striking car. It covers just 66,000 miles, 16 plates as you can see. New style front end, looks absolutely fantastic on these. The chrome inserts and little chrome strip. Front of car, lights and lenses clear, intact, there's no cracks or condensation. Bonnet, very clean, can't see any obvious stone chips on there. Near side of the car, passenger side, lovely and smooth down the panels. So front alloy, really good, and that's the one that's closest to the curb. It's got that tiny mark, but nothing to write home about. Near side rear alloy again, very clean. I always think the ones with the kits, side steps, always look good from the rear 3/4 angle. It's really subtle, but it just really does sit well on the car. Around the back again, very clean and tidy. Offside, driver's side, again, lovely and smooth in the panels. Side rear alloy, very clean. Carrying on down the panel work, kept beautifully. Side front, again, very good indeed. Externally, car's in really nice condition. Coming to the back of the car now, absolutely cavernous boots, and it's been kept in very good condition. Just coming into the back of the car, enormous amounts of rear legroom. I'm 6 foot and the front seats are set for me, and I can sit behind myself with legroom to spare. Leather work, even for a family car, it's been kept very nicely. Into the front and the passenger side, full set of original Honda mats in the car. Passenger seat there, embossed with the black edition logo, all very clean and tidy. And coming on the front, again, door card really, sorry, I forgot to take the little over mat out, which I used to stop getting mud on the carpets, but the carpet there really clean. Driver's seat again, for a car of its age, mileage, very good indeed. So inside the car now, as always, have the engine running so the dash is illuminated. Dashboard again, superb condition here. Sat nav, as you can see, working exactly as it should. Pop the car into reverse, you've got that lovely clear parking camera fitted to the car. And coming down the centre here, all been kept very nicely. Just panning on the dash binnacle, 66,284 miles, engine running, and there are no warning lights on at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and roll nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre black edition automatic. Car is registered LT16TJV, and mileage at the start of the road test is 66,284 miles. The reason for all of our videos, and especially actually this road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we're selling, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. Like a lot of people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, only to get there and find out there's actually a fundamental fault which shows up in the cars driving. So we don't normally see this sort of traffic here, so I'm assuming there's a problem somewhere on the roads. So I'm going to try and do an about turn at some point. Yeah, going back to the video, we also do it, by the way, on these very quiet country roads in this lovely part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, albeit it may be modified today, because judging by this I think the motorway must be closed, because we never see traffic in the village at all like this, in fact definitely. So coming to the car, I've been very well looked after. I think from memory it's had 10 services, possibly 8, I can't remember, I just have to reacquaint myself, but very well maintained, and it feels it straight away when you drive the car. Engine starts instantly, settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter. These are superb engines for lots of reasons. They are widely regarded, and rightly so, as the toughest, most reliable engines in their class, but also just a lovely engine to use day in, day out. It's smooth, it's quiet, it's responsive. It's docile in traffic. It really is a lovely unit. Put your foot down, you're greeted with a muted induction noise from the car, which always sounds sweet edged on the Hondas. Really, really lovely unit. Now this is where I'd normally go straight on, but I'm not today. I'm going to head off right. You wouldn't normally come down this road on test drive. It's very kind of you. It's too narrow for road tests, but so we can keep moving. I'm going to head off down this little rat run today, although it's a rather pleasant one. Engine is a cam chain driven engine. There's no cam belts on them, so no major service looming on them. Engine then feeds into the auto gearbox, which is a really good gearbox. Like the engine, is regarded as being very tough and reliable over big mileages. Gear ratios have been selected obviously to try and get the best out of the car, both in terms of economy and performance, because obviously a compromise between the two, and they set it up very nicely. The gear changes on the move are nice and smooth, and notwithstanding reputation, by the way, you should do the same checks on any automatic gearbox. And so when you're stationary and engine's nice and warm or cold, just put it into neutral, go into drive and then reverse, and just see if there's any big clunks as it engages. And also on the move, there shouldn't be any great clunks as it engages. They should be nice and smooth, and in every respect it drives perfectly. So moving on to the steering and chassis, the CR-V has always been one of the nicest cars in its class to drive, and for lots of reasons. But they were light years ahead of the game when the first CR-V came out, because it drove like a car, whereas others were still driving like commercial vans. The steering is a big part of it. It's nicely weighted. It feels substantial on the road. Never feels nervous, but the steering is sort of reasonably quick, but very precise and accurate. And it works beautifully with the chassis. It's not too quick that it unsettles it. It's not too slow to feel sort of slovenly and lifeless. I'll get onto the main road just to do a couple of checks while I'm out here, because this is a little run, so we can get up to a bit slightly higher speed. Wait until it straightens up a tad. Pardon me, tickly cough this morning. The track's nice and straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed actually up to the legal limit. The suspension, Honda make no claims that this is in any way a sporty car, and it isn't. It's not meant to be, but there's plenty of road testers out there who bemoan the fact that it isn't sporty in feel, which is bizarre to me. What it does brilliantly. It's design genius. It manages to combine a very comfortable, supple, controlled ride with really good body control through corners like these. You don't get sort of lurching or wallowing through the corners that you get with lots of cars. It feels light on its feet, yet agile but still cosseting. It's very, very good design. The suspension also exhibits absolutely no clonks, rattles, anything that shouldn't be there at all, so all in fine order. Oh, excuse me, I managed to set my alarm and that's managed to go off. I'm not doing very well on this video so far, I do apologise. Coming to that, I'll just do the brakes on the car, make sure no one's directly behind me, but I know they're good, and they're powerful. There's no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal at all. It's all in fine throttle there. And then coming inside, first things first, build quality, you can't get across in the video of course, but there's no squeaks, no rattles. They are beautifully put together cars. They really, really are. But what you also notice when you get into the car, because a lot of people, when they come to see our CR-Vs, will often say that, I'm used to a smaller car, I'm not sure I can sort of quite cope with something as big as that, although the footprint isn't actually that big. But as soon as they get in and come back off test drive, they all, to a man, to a woman, will say it wasn't intimidating in any way, and a lot of that's to do with really good visibility all around the car. I can actually see the bonnet of the vehicle. These huge wing mirrors on either side to help you. I wish I could turn that off. There we are, I think I managed to do it. It just gives you confidence on the road. It's a sort of subjective thing, but it's very good. The dash layout, even though it's very highly equipped, is very simple to operate. Once you've driven the car for a couple of days, you've pretty much mastered it. all working perfectly. Sat nav, as you can see, dual zone climate control, so you have different temperatures side to side if you really want to, and that pumps out lovely cold air, by the way. If you turn anything or press any little buttons, you've got a lovely high quality feel to all of the controls in the Honda. Again, just they'll still be working 100,000 miles time just as well. They come to dash binnacle, simple legible dials, perfect, white on black, that's exactly how it should be. And then you've got this lovely leather bound steering wheel. Finally, this is a four-wheel drive CR-V, not all of them are, but there is no buttons to press, you don't do anything, it's all automatic. Honda worked out donkey's years ago that most people will be driving as I am right now, where you don't need four-wheel drive on. So rather than waste fuel, tyres and putting a load of mechanical stress through the car, it runs in two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive the whole time. Only if it needs to go into four-wheel drive will it do so, and it reacts far more quickly than you ever could yourself, because it's done via the traction control system of the car. So if the front wheels start to slip, it smoothly and instantly brings in the rear wheels to give you four-wheel drive, and it's genius. We've been selling these for nearly 3 decades, and we have sold thousands of them, and I cannot genuinely remember putting a spanner on any of them in terms of the four-wheel drive system, so they are robust. As I said at the start of the video, slightly odd one today, for lots of reasons. The whole point is to feedback on any issues. I can't find anything. It drives absolutely beautifully.